Alright, good evening, welcome to the stream. Apologies for the technical difficulty there. Still not sure what exactly is going on with the GoPro webcam. There just always seems to be a bit of an issue, but I am up and running now. And yeah, this is going to be the third and I think final episode of this particular series, which I have called MCDU Practice. Basically, in this, or I'm calling it a series, but really I took most of this offline, so I'm only doing these 3 episodes, but basically I'm kind of using these as a pathfinder to kind of teach myself how to actually use an MCDU in general, but specifically in the A320, and it has been a bit of an adventure. Like I said, I've done most of it offline, or I should say off stream, because I kept getting very lost. But through a combination of resources online and a bunch of other stuff, just practice, I think I have finally figured out how it works, and at least I have a working knowledge. One of the key things I was missing is that I was using a website called SimBrief, and oh nice, my webcam is not working here either. One second, I know how to fix that now. Or I know of an easy-ish way to do so. Just create another video source right on top of it. So anyway, I was using a website called SimBrief, which is what everybody recommends, but I didn't realize that on SimBrief they actually don't give you the current ARAC information, and I don't remember what ARAC stands for, but Aeronautical Information Regulation and Control. So basically this is a set of information which it's all the SIDs, all the stars, runways, routes, airways, and waypoints, VORs, etc., that are actually current. And basically the way it works is every few months, it seems like, a new ARAC set comes out, and that way there's no like daily changes, and there's no conflicting information out there. Everybody's up to date. The problem is that SimBrief does not have the current ARAC unless you subscribe. You have to subscribe. You have to unlock it using another website. I don't remember what it is. Yeah, Navigraph, and that's a paid service. And I'm just not quite there because I'm just kind of doing this for fun. Don't make any money. So yeah, that was part of my issue. I was getting routes that did not exist in the current ARAC, which is actually up to date in Microsoft Flight Simulator Vanilla. So what I've learned to do is, instead of use that, and by the way, my flight tonight is from Denver to Salt Lake City, so instead of using the first recommended one, which had this foot 5, does not exist anymore, you can go down here to view more routes, and you see these say valid for ARAC 2003. Well, obviously it's 2021, so you can come down here and you can find one that is valid. So for me tonight, it happened to be this Zimmer 2 to Leahy 5. And the way I know that's valid is actually if I go to FlightAware first, which has all the, it lists all the ongoing flights. And when you select a flight and click on a flight from Denver to Salt Lake, you can scroll down here on the right and you can see that it actually shows you the route. So it's Zimmer 2 is the star, Leahy 5 is, Zimmer 2 is the SID, and you get to the Chingy waypoint, EKR airway, Leahy 5 star. So once you know that, then you can come to SimBrief, select the one that has that, and then it'll generate your OFP, and now I have an OFP that includes Zimmer 2 to EKR. Whoops. What is going on here? It's missing my Leahy 5, actually. I wonder... So it says it there. Let's see if it just can't do the Leahy 5 because it's not in that air rack. That's entirely possible. So number 2, not found. Yeah, so... Where's my routing? Yep, so it looks like it's just going to leave that out. So, it's not perfect, but it's good enough, probably. I'll still use some of the other payload and that, you know, fuel information from this sim brief, but yeah, that's too bad because it's not going to be quite right, you know, because I think the fuel is going to be based on incorrect data basically. So. Well, that was my plan, but obviously we'll see how it goes. I think I'll just use this fuel and zero weight information anyway. And just roll with it. I'm sure everything will be fine. So the other thing I did, the other big change I've made, is that at first I was suspicious that the Microsoft Flight Simulator A320 was just not up to par, and that's why I was having issues programming the MCDU. So I actually downloaded the fly-by-wire A320, which is just incredible in its amount of detail. It's really, it's where things should be, I think, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Basically, the vast majority of things are actually fully functional, and it's great. It's a very cool thing. Most amazing part is that it's free. I don't know how they make money. I don't understand it, but yeah, it's amazing. Super. The only reason I hadn't used it is because I didn't know it was free, and I thought it was going to be really hard to install because it's kind of like an outside mod or whatever. So I thought it was going to be a big thing, and it turned out it was super easy. Fly-by-wire has their own little app that you can install things very easily through, so that worked out well. Okay, so yeah, what I've done tonight, I'm not doing a cold and dark start because honestly I don't know how to start this plane. I don't know how to start the fly-by-wire one, so I don't want to spend a bunch of time, so I went ahead and started myself off at runway 8, and I left everything else as default or automatic. I will program the MCDU properly once I'm out there on the runway, but the first thing I need to do is look at my weight and balance, and I'll go back to my flight plan, and I'll use some of this information to get the proper amount of fuel on board, and then I will make note of my my CG position so I can properly input the takeoff performance. And I'll explain that as I go. Okay, so fuel. Okay, so ooh, and unfortunately I did this in kilograms. That's quite annoying. Is there a way to switch it to pounds? Yes, there is. Pounds. Perfect. So I'll regenerate my OFP real quick. I think it's fine if my flight plan is in pounds, because I think on the display in the plane it'll still be in kilograms, so I can use that. Okay. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, that's gallons. So I'll switch that over to pounds. And then basically my block fuel, that's what I want to have in the plane when I start. and you can basically go through here. This is what the trip is. Here's a 15-minute contingency to my alternate airport. I need this much. Actually don't know what FinRes is. Oh, final, I guess. FinRes. Not sure what that is. Minimum takeoff fuel right here. It's definitely something you would want to check before you actually take off. And then here's my taxi. So basically you're going to have 11,233 plus 440 should equal my block fuel amount, which is how much I want them to put into the tanks. Although, since this is taxi, technically, and I'm starting at a runway, technically I should be at 11,233, so I'm actually going to do that. I don't really want to mess with how this is set up, so I'm just going to do there's no like total fuel thing though. Oh, here, down here there is fuel. 11,233, 27%, 11,233. So that's perfect. So I'm only a little bit above, but I can't really do anything about that. The other thing I did here is I specified the number of passengers that were going to be on board. And let's see, I don't remember where to find that, honestly. Planned fuel. See, routing, operational impacts, weight change, times, weights, packs, passengers, 144. The reason I did that, oh man, it doesn't give me a weight. Well, the way I arrived at that was I just did 80% of the max capacity. So the max capacity of an A320 is, I guess, 180 people, so I did 144. I think by that logic, I should be able to bring this slider up to 80. And that'll just about be what I'm going for. Of course, that gets my CG out of whack. Dang it, didn't mean to do that. So, actually not sure what to do about that. CG out of limit. What do you, how can you fix that? Can you like move fuel to different tanks? Does that do anything? Okay, so having the center tank helps, but I still have way too much fuel on board. I don't understand why. What was I at, 27? Oh, here, I could do this. I could switch the baggage around. I think that's probably how they do it. I mean, that's how I would do it, I guess. When when you do the slider, it just adjusts it automatically. So basically I'm going to remove some forward baggage and add some rear baggage. So 14,385 is what I'm doing. Times 2. So that's my total baggage. So let's say I do, so let's say I put 75% of it. I'll do 21,578. In the rear, and then and then 7,193 in the front. So that's the same baggage amount. I can do the 27%, and my CG is further back. So basically I just reshuffled the baggage. I think that's exactly what they do in the real world, because I've definitely been in planes where they do that. So now I need to look at these, and I actually don't remember. CG percent Mac 26 point. Is it, which one do you enter in the performance page? Is it center of gravity? Is it 30.77? Empty position. Okay, so I think I'm at 30.77. So I'm gonna go ahead and make note of that. And that's all I need to make note of outside of the cockpit, so let's go ahead and get into the plane. I do have my procedure document open here. I'm basically going to I'm going to change it to anyone with this link, and I'm going to let people comment if they so please. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a big thing right here that hopefully people can even read through YouTube if they so please. And so if you want, you can come here, reference the document, and yeah, make comments, use it for your own use, and then I'm going to add some social media links at some point, because kind of the reason I started streaming in the first place was to see if I could get some more interest in my my music. So in this case, my percent Mac is 30.77, as I noted. I have some different sections in here: pre-flight, boarding, startup, flight plan. So I got this already. So I kind of have two different steps here. I think that's fine. Did this stuff. First thing I'm going to do in the plane is go through my disref. And that'll be auto-populated. Flight number I can put in. Alternate airport is in my flight plan. Cost index, that was 5 for this flight, if I recall. Yeah, that's really low. I'm trying to remember. I think the lower the cost index, the faster you go. I'm trying to remember. One of them optimizes time, and one of them optimizes fuel burn. I'm trying to remember.
Denver Tower, Fusion 1123, ready to go runway 8 IFR to Salt Lake. Fusion 1123 cleared for takeoff runway 8. Cleared for takeoff runway 8, Fusion 1123.
Oh, so the unit cost of time and the unit cost of fuel. Ooh, we got some terrible weather here. Yikes. So, pretty much everything should be configured and ready to go, so I'm not going to spend too much time messing with that. So my plan at least has my destination and arrival set up, so I'm going to go through my disrif, excuse me. Let's see, my data. I actually haven't figured out where it says what air rack you're using. In the other one, it was, or in the I should say, in the Microsoft Flight Simulator A320, the vanilla one, it showed it very immediately. But in this, it does not. So, not sure how to check it, but there's my D. Now I'm on to init A. There's my to and from. That's correct. I do have an alternate in my flight plan, and it is somewhere right here, I thought. Oh, there it is. Cav W. Flight number, I don't know. I'm gonna go 03 because actually what I'll do top for to fizzle and 03 since this is the third episode of this series. My cost index was 5. So that's good. My cruising altitude tonight will be is that it? 310? Is that the cruising? I don't remember. But I know there's a really helpful guide. Where is, there it is. Cruise schedule speed. No. I'm sure it's right here in front of me, I'm just not seeing it. Takeoff weight, 0 fuel weight. Maybe it's not there. Maybe it's down where the route is. Here we go. Plan cruising flight level 160. That's not mine, but that's the one in the example. $130 seems really, really low, but I will trust it. Okay, flight level 130, got negative 11 degrees, which means just out of a healthy dose of paranoia, I'm going to go ahead and put on my anti-ice. Doesn't hurt anything as far as I'm aware. And so that was my dis frip, so I'm going to my diff srip. So now I'm going to my flight plan, and from KDEN I am runway 8, correct? Just double check that. Yes, so I'm 8 to Zimmer 2. Zimmer 2, perfect. Go go ahead and insert that, and Zimmer 2 to Chingy. I think I had that. Chingy, yep. And then I am, whoops, EKR to Leahy 5. So I go to Chingy, and then I need an airway, and I think that's the EKR, because I think the airways basically are like 3-letter things. And I have a mismatch, which means I am wrong. To EKR, okay. What is that? What is all this? What is the RLG and Jesse, I wonder? Let me look at, hold on, let me look at my SID real quick. Yeah, that goes to Chingy. Is there a second page? There is. Ralphie at or above 1200. Okay. Well, I'm not sure why it inserted all of that other stuff. But it gets me to EKR. So there's something not quite right, but it still gets me to EKR. And then from there, I'm right on to Leahy 5. So all I have to do, I think, is just go to the KSLC, do my arrival, 34 left, I believe. 34 right. Good thing I checked. ILS, of course, and Leahy 5. We have an FFU. Okay, I don't know what the VIA is. Let's see, star, there's a plage there. I'm not seeing, oh, there's FFU. Why would I be going to FFU? I think it would be plage. If we're right through plage. So I think this is all correct, and I do have EKR there. So I guess EKR is the transition. Let me insert that. Chingy, so EKR, and then I start at Racer. So that should be the first, oh, there's EKR, and then Racer. So that is the correct star for sure. So let me flip through my flight plan here. Go to the top for the beginning. Zoom in a little. I'm not. Oh yeah, I'm looping around there. Come up, around, nice and smooth lines. Something really bizarre going on there. I'm thinking that's probably just a glitch in the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then I have a nice smooth turn onto my approach, and everything looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and get rolling here. So that was my diff SRIP. So next is secondary flight plan. I don't know that I really want to, yeah, this is not even working, so that's fine. RadNav, I got my ILS frequency. I don't need to enter any of this other stuff because it doesn't matter because I'm using GPS. FRIP init B. Here we go. This is the one that I don't have a ton of experience with. So 0 fuel weight and 0 fuel center of gravity. Let's see. Oh wait, that I can just get from here, I think. Oh no. See, I needed to write down all of those things, because it had all of that. Well, here's my empty weight, 90,400, but I'm in kilograms, I think. Crap. Also, the takeoff phase is... where is that? Approach, descent, cruise, climb? I thought there was supposed to be like... I thought there was supposed to be a takeoff phase. Maybe that is in it B. I feel like I'm completely, yeah, I'm totally missing. There's supposed to be a takeoff phase, but I can't get to it. Interesting. It just says activate approach phase. Welp, I don't know what to do about that. So I'm just gonna wing it, go ahead and take off and get rolling here. Not a short flight, and I'm pretty tired already, so. I'm not gonna have any V-speeds here. I think I said my cruise altitude was a very low 13,000, right? That is like scary low for going over these mountains. I don't even know if I believe that. I'm going to be putting my terrain display on. Okay, I'm going to switch to arc mode. Go ahead and glance at my takeoff. Yeah, this is all of this performance stuff I was not able to enter. So, yeah, not sure what to do about that. I won't have any V-speeds. I'm going to assume everything is configured properly. Got all this is looking good. So, yeah, here we go. 80% throttle. Releasing the parking brake. Full throttle. off toward the east. I am going west. And I'm going to get right into that flight director area. Go ahead and activate the autopilot. Auto throttle's on. And I'm going to bring my flaps up. Just take a glance. Looks like everything is looking good. Turn on my constraints. Go ahead and can't see anything. There's a plane down there. Go ahead and turn some lights off here. Don't need landing lights. Don't need runway turn lights. Don't need wing ice lights. Don't need nose lights at all. Nav strobe. Beacon are going to stay on. That's fine. I'm going to turn on my terrain system here, just so I can see a little bit. I'm really nervous about that flight level 130. I don't know if that's a glitch or not, but I mean, these mountains are, there's, like, I've been on mountaintops around Salt Lake that are 11,000, so it just doesn't even make sense to me. I wonder what, let me look at my SID map. Yeah, see? See, I'm already above 12,000 by Ralphie. Something is really weird about that sim brief. Fortunately, in this case, the controller is actually looking out for me.
Flight level 240, please Tango Oscar Papa 03.
Tango Oscar Papa 03. Okay, so that makes me feel a little better. I will make it over the mountains for sure. I could turn on the sun if I wanted to, but I know it's really bad weather right now, so I'm kind of inclined to just leave it. I'm going to turn on my multi-scan to weather, turn off my terrain, and see if we can see what the clouds look like.
Tango Oscar Papa 03, contact Denver Center on 125.9er flight. Going to 125.9er flight, please Tango Oscar Papa 03. Denver Center, please Tango Oscar Papa 03 is at 14,300 feet, climbing flight level 240.
Tango Oscar Papa 03 Denver Center, continue to Romeo Lima Golf with land. Altimeter 29.907. 827, you are 39 miles north. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vector, visual runway 35 left approach.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vector visual runway 35 left approach 827.
So I'm royally confused about when you're supposed to go to standard altimeter. Okay, this website is saying 18,000. I'm just gonna roll with it. feel like I hear different things from different streamers, and it's just totally confused me. Yeah, here it is, 180. It's not 120. It might be 120 in Europe or something, but this is U.S. domestic flight, so I'm gonna go ahead and set it now because I just broke 18,000. And it is just a pitch black night out there. Can't see a thing. Not sure why my multi-scan doesn't seem to be working now. I don't know what to do about that.
Going to 128.6 flight using Tango Oscar Papa 03. Denver Center using Tango Oscar Papa 03 is at flight level 230, climbing flight level 240.
I've gotten it to work before, but not tonight, I guess. As long as I'm just tooting along here.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 using Tango Oscar Papa 03.
That is a much more comfortable altitude to be crossing giant mountains over. Hopefully that music volume is okay. Let's see what we got here. The current time is 2:41 Zulu, and my arrival is is 3:27, so that's 45 minutes from now. It's already 10:30. Because we're not looking at anything anyway, I'm going to go ahead and increase the sim rate to 2 times. Should cut this down to about 22 minutes. And maybe I bump it again, because I would love to go to bed in about 30 minutes. And again, nothing to see anyway. I didn't have much of a plan as far as like stuff to talk about tonight, so I think that's totally fine. There we go. Getting above the clouds a little bit here. Leveling off at my cruise altitude. Oh no, what's happened? So that alarm has to do with the fact that I'm pretty well out of my 340 flight level. So I think what happened there, I mentioned it earlier in the video, there was kind of a weird kink in my flight plan, and I think somehow I just got stuck there in kind of a death spiral. I think, let's see, I'm headed to Jesse now. headed to EKR, so I think I can go ahead and switch back to managed heading mode. And I think it'll put me back on a proper flight plan. That was not good, obviously. Waiting to see to make sure it establishes that flight plan again. Looks like it is. I think I'm okay, so I'm going to go ahead and increase the sim rate again and hope for the best. Maybe that had something to do with it too. Maybe the sim rate just threw it off. There it is. Night flight with a full overcast. Really nothing to see. It's too bad because it's really beautiful out here in the Rockies. Truly one of the most beautiful places I've ever flown into. Just stunning. Oh crap, there it goes again. Why is it doing that? Oh, I'm aware. I'm starting to suspect that has something to do with the increasing the sim rate. Because in the other times I've been doing this, it hasn't done that. taking that plane because my sim rate is higher. Here's the Orion constellation. Here's the Little Dipper over here. Pretty nice touch. All solid. Well, I'm going to try to keep an eye and make sure that's stable. But while I'm just cruising for a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and get my star elevations checked. So, EKR, Racer, maybe 240, maybe 210, maybe 16, or 160, maybe 120. The first firm one is blue. That needs to be 12,000. 12,000 in blue. Coming down to 280.
Descend and maintain flight level 280. Use Tango Oscar Papa Zero train.
Tango Oscar Papa Zero train traffic is 11 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 360 generic. Report them in sight.
Use Tango Oscar Papa Zero train have the traffic.
JetBlue 115 traffic is 2 o'clock, 2 miles at flight level 370 Airbus A320. Report them in sight.
I'm going over speed a little bit. Okay, now where was that bloop? Should be right after Leahy. Should be a bloop. Decel, Plage. I'm going straight to Plage for some reason. That's weird. Plage is 11,000.
Tango Oscar Papa Zero train descend and maintain flight level 180.
Descend and maintain flight level 180. Use Tango Oscar Papa Zero train.
Tango Oscar Papa Zero train contact Salt Lake Center on 133.9.
Going to 133.9 for using Tango Oscar Papa Zero train.
The sim rate is now at 2 instead of 4. Because I am getting closer. So I got Plage at 11,000 at least. I don't know why there's no bloop in here.
Tango Oscar Papa Zero train over 6-7 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 left approach via Oscar Golf Delta transition. Clear to Oscar Golf Delta.
Okay, so they gave me a curveball.
Tango Oscar Papa Zero train descend and maintain 11,000 feet.
I'm going to 16 left.
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 left approach via Oscar Golf Delta transition. Clear to Oscar Golf Delta use Tango Oscar Papa Zero train.
16 left. Okay, so I'll go to my
Tango Oscar Papa Zero train contact Salt Lake Center on 119 decimal later flight.
119.9 using Tango Oscar Papa Zero train.
Okay, so this is correct. So I'm still going through Leahy 5, but I'm going to 16 left.
Is out of flight level 230 for 11,000 feet.
Tango Oscar Papa Zero train Salt Lake Center. Continue to Oscar Golf Delta as planned.
So let me see. I'm actually not sure where that runway is exactly. Look at the airport chart. So I was going to 34 right, and now I'm going to 16 left.
Descending 11,000 feet. Delta 758 Salt Lake Center. Continue as planned.
Doesn't even make sense. How am I circling around? I'm confused. Let me go to my flight plan and see what it looks like. Oh, it sure does. It goes all the way up past the airport and then comes back in. Okay. So, I guess since I looked up that FlightAware flight, the winds changed, and now I just hit my gear button on accident on my joystick here. That's not good. My understanding, though, is that you can't actually deploy gear above a certain speed. They won't come down until it's actually safe, so you won't rip them off. I am passing through 18,000, so I need to go ahead and set my altimeter. Haven't gotten a call for that in a while. So yeah, this is definitely a curveball. I was gonna check my Zulu time. Let's see what I got. It's 3:18 right now, and I'm arriving at 3:40. So that increased my time quite a bit, better or worse. But I will increase my sim rate again, so I can get there a little faster. This game so desperately needs a readout of what your sim rate is at up in the corner. That's how it was in FSX, and that was so helpful. Man, that doesn't seem like 4. 0.25, 0.5, 1. That's not a second. I'm looking at this UTC clock down here. 16, 17. Yeah, that's still 50%. So now we're at 1. So now we're at 2. Now we're at 4.
Delta 758, you are 50 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 right approach via Oscar Golf Delta transition.
16.
Clear to Oscar Golf Delta.
They changed that again. I swear they said 16 left. Still need the OGD transition though.
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 right approach via Oscar Golf Delta transition. Clear to Oscar Golf Delta Delta 758.
There is no OGD. What do I do? There's no OGD transition. There we go. Leave 5 OGD to 16 right. Insert. They are really messing with me today. Let's get my 16 right approach plate up. So it's 9,000 at rough. Just double check that. 9,000 at rough. Perfect.
Alaska Tree 72, contact Salt Lake Center on 133.9.
Just a little bit of visibility through the clouds here. Wish my train map would come up. I think that just totally glitched out on me.
Going to 133.9 left entry 72.
Okay. Oh, there now, my train came up there. That's helpful. So I'm basically coming into Salt Lake Valley and dipping up and coming back from the other side. It's fine. Again, it is a long way, so I'm gonna go ahead and bump up. You never tell. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think I'm in real time right now. So I'll go up to 4 times speed. Should be an interesting view. Just kind of punching through the clouds here.
Positive Tango Oscar Papa Zero tree traffic is 1 o'clock, 4 miles at 12,900 feet generic.
I see it.
Report them in sight. Delta 758 contact Salt Lake approach on 135.5.
Visit Tango Oscar Papa Zero tree traffic in sight.
135.5 for Delta 758. Positive Tango Oscar Papa Zero tree contact Salt Lake approach on 128.1.
128.1 for Visit Tango Oscar Papa Zero tree. Salt Lake
Alright,
approach.
so this is the city of Salt Lake right here.
11,000 feet.
Positive Tango Oscar Papa Zero tree Salt Lake approach. Continue to Oscar Golf Delta as planned. Altimeter 29.9.
We're speeding right by it. This would be a beautiful approach in the daytime. I'm really kind of bummed out I didn't switch the time. I mean, I could still do it, but well, we're back in the clouds, so it doesn't matter. And there's our airport. So we're going to be landing on this runway right here toward the south. Currently we're going north. Actually kind of seems like a just total crosswind right now, so I'm kind of surprised that we're landing this direction. But the controller knows best, I suppose. What's the flight plan doing now? Something questionable. Hopefully that'll work itself out.
Positive Tango Oscar Papa Zero tree descend and maintain 9,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet of use of Tango Oscar Papa Zero tree.
Positive Tango Oscar Papa Zero tree descend and maintain 7,500 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,500 feet of use
Okay, so now I'm back in real time. I think the plane is actually not letting me descend to that 7,500 because it is very disturbingly low, but I'm going to go ahead and force it.
Operate departure Delta 2107 is out of 16,000 feet for 10,000 feet.
No, it's going. It's because my speed is too high. So yeah, I'm getting toward rough right now. That's my first approach point. 9,000, 8,000, 7,500. And I'll be on the localizer at 6. The localizer frequency is 111.9. So it's going to get busy here. Actually, I should set off the music so I can focus a little bit. Go to my performance page, pull up my VTAR for Salt Lake. And I got 1016, everything is in Celsius and the Airbus. 1016 for QNH, oops. Temperature is at 14. My winds are 250 at 5. Transition altitude, that's, I believe, the altitude at which you transition to a non-standard altimeter. I'm not sure what that does. I'm going to be landing full flaps, so there is my vertical landing speed and my vertical approach speed. So here I come, looking good for that 1-6 right landing. Don't need a terrain display anymore. I'm good with the approach. Runway's already in sight, so everything's fine there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on approach mode and make sure I'm in managed altitude mode, so it will intercept the localizer. Everything else is managed. And I'm at 15 miles, so I can go ahead and do flaps 1. Start slowing down a bit. Flip my lights on. Landing lights. Runway turn lights. Wing lights can't hurt. And I'll go ahead and put my nose lights into the on position so they come on. And I'll flick the seatbelt signs so people know that we are in fact about to land. At around 8 to 10 miles, I'll go ahead and get flaps 2 into position. Go ahead and check my procedures here. Performance. So that should all be good. Approach is on. Don't really need to do this. Flaps 1, flaps 2. Go ahead and hit flaps 2. Just to okay. So at around go ahead and go around 6 miles. I'm going to go ahead and do flaps 3 and my gear. You may have noticed the localizer did engage. I'm right on these magenta diamonds, which means I'm on glide slope. Also, I have the GS indication. and the green localizer. So we are all engaged
2,500.
and good for this approach. At 1,000 I will disarm the autopilot, and yeah, I'm coming up on that 6 miles, so I'll go ahead and get to flaps 3 and go ahead and get my gear down. Just let the aircraft stabilize a little bit, let the auto throttle maintain my speed, and give it a couple more seconds. Looks like things are stable, so I'll go to full flaps, which is what I put into the performance page. So again, I'm going to wait until I'm at 1,000. When I hear that 1,000 call, I'm going to go ahead.
Tango Oscar Papa 03 cleared to lane runway 16 left. Wind tree 08 at 14.
I have it on stream. They told me 16 right. They told me 16 left at first, and then they told me 16 right multiple times. Clearly it's a bug in the game. I will not be aborting this approach at this point. In the real world, I think I would have to. But yeah, right when this is over, I'm going to go back and watch. I'm like, unless I'm just losing my mind, I am so sure they gave me a 16 right.
1,000.
There's my 1,000 call, which means autopilot is disengaged. I'm going to be flaring at 30 feet and cutting the throttle at 10 or when I get the retard call. And then hitting the reverse thrust immediately. I am pretty heavy. I didn't really check the runway length, so I'm not really sure if this is a longer or shorter runway here. I assume it's fairly long, but I'm not sure.
500.
Definitely don't want to waste runway. Oh my gosh, I didn't arm my brakes.
400. 300.
Too late.
$200.
I don't know if my OS spoilers are armed. That's not good.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Houston Tango Oscar Papa 03 contact ground on 123.77 right.
123.77 flight for Houston Tango Oscar Papa 03.
Okay. There's a plane coming right at me there. So I'm going to get clear of the runway and assess the damage. Parking brake is set. That was far from my smoothest landing. I couldn't grab this thing. Okay, flaps are up, tuning to ground. Don't need these. APU master is on, starting the APU. Landing lights are off. Taxi lights are on. Strobe is off. Runway turn lights are off. I'll leave the wing lights on just for the heck of it. And I'm gonna taxi to gates.
Salt Lake ground for Houston Tango Oscar Papa 03 request taxi to the gate.
Houston Tango Oscar Papa 03 taxi to gate Delta 4 via taxiway Alpha Bravo.
Taxiing to gate Delta 4 using taxiway Alpha Bravo from Houston
Yeah, that was a really rough landing. I can't wait until they get a replay mode in this game, but I think it sounded like a tire popped. Yeah, I messed up. I just totally forgot to arm the auto brakes, and I totally forgot to arm the auto spoilers. I just breezed through my checklist, didn't pay enough attention. That's why you have checklists. And then as I was right at the last second there trying to get that auto spoiler, it's a thing that really annoys me about this game is like it's hard to click things. Like it's a lot easier to just throw a toggle than to click things. It seems like you're just slightly off where the trigger is a lot of the time. And so, yeah, I just couldn't get it.
Oscar Papa Zero Tree, hold position, caution, other traffic.
Yeah, I see him, but he's going now.
Hold position, Musim Tango Oscar Papa Zero Tree.
Musim Tango Oscar Papa Zero Tree, continue taxi.
Roger, Musim Tango Oscar Papa Zero Tree.
Yeah, by the time I looked back up, I was just totally off my glide slope there. Very, very rough. Okay, so here I am, parking brake engaged. First things first, let's go ahead and let the passengers out of their seats. Go ahead and turn my beacon off and shut down the engines. Leave the wing lights on, turn the taxi lights off so I'm not blinding anybody. Go ahead and get my ground services going. Jetway connection first thing.
Salt Lake Ground, Musim Tango Oscar Papa
My
Zero Tree.
APU is
Please
on,
connect the
but I
jetway
have
to the
external
aircraft.
power now, so I don't need it. So I'll go ahead and turn it off.
Papa Zero Tree, the jetway is going to be connected.
And that'll be it. I know there's a shutdown procedure here. I know there's also a way to look at your tires. Let's see, where's that wheel? Here we go. There's my temperatures. Whoa, what does that mean? 470 degrees Celsius? That can't be right. I mean, this is all green, so I assume everything is okay. Why is this one orange and hotter? Are these the brake temperatures? No, 470 degrees, that's ridiculously hot. I'm not sure what these numbers are. 200 degrees Celsius. Wow. Did not know that. Well, obviously this is not, these are not temperatures here. So I'm not sure what these are indicating here. But they are slowly coming down. My brakes are not visibly on fire, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. Also, how do you turn on the overhead lights? Oh, is it the floodlight? Probably. That would make sense. Oh, that is so much better. Now I can actually see where the speed brake lever is. Why is it all the way down there? I couldn't even see where it was when I was in there. Yeah, I didn't lock the cockpit door, I guess. Oh well. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder what this means. I feel like that means I broke something on this tire. Not sure. I'd love to learn more about that. Let's see what we got here. Doors open. I guess I should get the passengers' bags going. Fuel, that's actually pretty low, I think. Yeah, 16%. So that's good. That's about, it means I didn't have a bunch of excess on board. And yeah, there we are. I'm not sure what else there is to do. Oh, look, there's a plane up here. Right there. It does say brakes hot right there. So maybe I'm... But again, 400 degrees Celsius? That's huge. Hold up. They cannot get to 900 degrees. Really? Maintenance action is required when? If the averages are 200 degrees off. Wow, they really can get that hot. I'm amazed. I wonder when you're supposed to actually do the brake fans. Oh, so it says hot right there. I couldn't read that. Let's see when you're supposed to. See when you're supposed to use them. So it sounds like maybe if you're above 500, you want to go ahead and cool them down. Otherwise, they cool down on their own, and you might use them before takeoff. Did not know that. I'm honestly just like shocked that they can get that hot. That seems like just totally crazy. Alright. That's all I'm going to do for now. Yeah. As always, if you watched, I hope you enjoyed. Whether or not you enjoyed, I hope you have a wonderful evening. I definitely enjoyed this. It's a fun thing to do. So much to explore on this fly-by-wire A320 mod. Can't wait to get more into it. I know they have their own built-in checklist. I'm really interested in trying to do a flight using all of that built-in checklist to try to get just, you know, really granular with this aircraft. Someday I'd love to switch over to the 747, or if I upgrade Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'd love to use the 787, but I know that neither of those are going to have, you know, as detailed of a, you know, cockpit system as this fly-by-wire mod. So so for now, I'm really enjoying just getting into this and just diving deeper on the systems, and yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that for a while. So like I said, if you watched, I hope you enjoyed. Whether or not you enjoyed, I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Stay for the day, but you left with a kiss on my cheek. I couldn't get my mind off the way that you looked in my Daft Punk t-shirt. I took a little drive in my car with a smile on my face and a hope in my heart. Maybe this is the start of a bon voyage. We'll be young and helpless. When I wake in the morning and I see the light pouring from my bedroom window. What a day, what a day, what a morning. When I realized I was conscious, but I'm guilty, I'm in love.
Oh, cool. Go to the right and get the right one. No, the right one.